Lesson number 94 is about terms and adding like terms. Now, in this lesson we need to define what a term is, and the easiest way to do that is with some different terms. So here we go. We have 2x. That would be a term. 6yz, that's another term. We have 3xy over 17. That could be a term. If we had a number like, let's say we had 14. We just had 14 by itself, that could be a term. Now if we had a problem like 2x plus 14, well, that's made up of two terms, because we have our first term of 2x and our second term of 14. Now in this lesson what we're going to be doing is adding like terms. So let's go ahead and look at our first example. We want to simplify by adding like terms. And before we get to this question, which is negative 3x plus 2y plus 2x plus 3 plus 7, if I were to ask you something like this, if we had, let's say we had 4 boys plus 2 girls plus 3 girls, and I asked you to simplify that, you would say, no problem. You would say, well, I'm going to simplify and I'm going to say it's going to be 4 boys plus, well, we have 2 girls plus 3 girls, that must be 5 girls. And we'd have our final answer fully simplified. Now, it's the same thing when we add like terms. In order to have a like term, we need to have exactly the same variable associated with our term. So just like we had girls and girls, 5 girls would be 2 girls plus 3 girls, we do the same thing when we have x's, y's, and other variables. So if we have negative 3x, then we have positive 2x. Since those are like terms because they have the exact same variable, we're going to add them together. Negative 3 plus 2, that's negative 1. So we're going to get negative 1x. And then we're going to look at our y's. Well, all we have is 2y. So we're going to get plus 2y. Then we're going to have plus, and then we have plus 3 plus 7. Well, neither of those have variables. They're constant terms. So 3 plus 7, that must be 10. Now we can simplify our answer, because we don't need to say negative 1x. We can just say negative x plus 2y plus 10, and we have our final answer. We've fully simplified. We can't add any more terms because none of them are like terms. This one has an x. This one has a y. That would be like comparing boys and girls. You just can't add them together unless they're the same label. The 10, well, that's neither of them, so it would have to stay by itself. Let's look at another example. Here we want to simplify again. We're going to start with the x's. We can see we have 3 x's. Then if we go across, we have negative 14 x's. We have 2 x's. And that would take care of all of our x's. So 3 minus 14, that would be negative 11x. Then we're going to have to add 2x to that. And when we do that, we're going to get negative 9x. So we've got negative 9x's. Let's look at our m's next as we work from left to right. We've got plus 2m. We've got negative 4m. Well, how many m's do we have? We've got positive 2. We've got negative 4. Positive 2m plus negative 4m. That must be equal to negative 2m. And then finally we have our constants. We've got 4, or positive 4, minus 2. Well, 4 minus 2, that's 2. So we've got our final answer. We can go ahead and write this in one line. We've got negative 9x minus 2m plus 2. We put all of our like terms together. We've simplified as much as we possibly can, and then we report our answer. Lesson practice will be on page 294. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.